Hey guys, Steven, TheSalonGuy here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve the Leonardo DiCaprio inspired haircut from The Wolf of Wall Street. Now, first of all, congratulations to Leo for winning at the Golden Globe last night. The Wolf of Wall Street is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. The movie is incredible. So I'm going to show you guys how to achieve that Leonardo DiCaprio inspired look. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to establish our base hairline length. And then what we're going to do is just simply comb everything out from the head, straight out, and we're going to cut it, and you can see this is already pretty short, but we're going to cut this relatively close to where it's maybe in half an inch or so in length throughout the whole back, and I'm going to do this throughout the whole back of the head. So I want to keep this relatively close, not too short where it's, like clipper short, but enough where it's taper down pretty nicely. And then throughout the bottom here, what we can do is we can actually do a scissor over comb throughout the nape area down here. All right, and we can do that just to kind of help taper it down a little bit closer and a little bit tighter throughout the nape area. And also it helps to provide a cleaner, more tapered look throughout the bottom here, because you don't really want to have it too long around the bottom hairline, especially for guys. Alright, the back is done now, as you can see. Cut everything nice and pretty tight throughout here. Not too short, but short enough where it has a nice clean tapered look. So now we're going to work in through the sides here and how we connect the back here in through the sides. Now Leo, he tends to wear his hair actually somewhat longer on the sides here, so we can kind of slick it back like this. So what we're going to do is just going to comb this back this way, and we're going to cut any sort of hairs that are around the ear. We're just going to do that, and we're just going to clean everything up so that it has a better tapered look right throughout the ear. But we're going to kind of leave the length above it just so it can still go back. And again, this is mannequin hair, so it might not go back as well as if it was on a human head. However, this is the kind of technique you want to do so that you can still keep this longer, but also just keep it clean looking around the ears here. So I'm going to do this on the other side, and then we'll be ready to start cutting the actual sides and the top. Now we're ready to connect the back here with the top, and what we want to do is you want to just simply follow the head shape and continue the rounded shape. He tends to wear it a little bit on, it's not too long, it's not too short, but it definitely usually is a little bit longer throughout the top here in the front. So what we're going to do is just continue to do this throughout the top back of the head, where we're connecting everything and following the head shape. So again, it has a nice blend throughout the back. Alright, now we're ready for the sides. What we're going to do is brush this hair out of the way, and we're going to start to connect the back and the corners in through the sides. Now again, remember, we already cut around the ear, and you don't want to cut this too short because it looks like Leo likes to kind of slick it back, and it does have a little bit of length through it. It's not where it's like, super short, tapered, clippered haircut. So you do that by leaving the length here. This way you can kind of slick it all back. Alright, and then what we're going to do is work our way up to where we get to the corners, and we're simply just holding everything straight out from the head, and we're going to be cutting and blending everything in. Alright, here you can see the guide, and then you can see the corners here that need to be cut in order to keep this haircut nice and blended. So we're just going to over direct back a little bit to leave a little bit of length into the front here, and we're just going to continue, and now we're going to cut horizontally. Alright, and we're going to cut straight across the head all the way to the front, over directing the front, which is going to leave this a little bit longer. Alright, because we do want to have a little bit more length into the front in this section here. And the best way to do that and to make it appear also longer is to have the hair shorter all the way throughout the sides and also in the top. So this way this can kind of come back over it this way. Alright, so the haircut is pretty much done now, and as you can see, the hair is still wet. But what I'm doing is I'm just combing everything back. This has no gel, no product in it. So you can actually leave this, if you wanted to, with somewhat of a kind of a wet look, like Leo's hair usually looks like it is somewhat wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lightly dry this, and then I'm going to put some sort of like a paste, or you could even use a wax, like a kind of a more wet wax, something that really helps it have that sleek look, but not like it's gelled and stiff. All right, so here's what the haircut looks like when it's pretty much 90% dry, and this has no product in it whatsoever. I'm just going to give you kind of like a side view here. There we go, kind of slick back nicely. All right. And now what I'm going to do is put a little bit of product in. Now, like I said, you want to use maybe, a cream gel or something that is not too wet looking, but also allows it to kind of taper this down, but have that kind of sleek back look. So I've mixed in a little bit of a hair gel and a hair cream. And what I'm going to do is start with working it through the sides. And you want to make sure you really saturate this, okay, and really work it through. Also, if you want to get some volume in through here, okay, you can do that by using your hands, lifting it up a little bit off the head, and then just kind of starting to really shape it back. And that's where your hands can be the best form of a brush, and that's what makes it look the most natural. All right, and as you can see what I'm doing here, I'm just really working this product in and really sculpting it to the head so that it looks like, it is slick back, but it's also got a little bit of texture to it. Okay. Well, our celebrity mannequin Steve is finished, or also Leonardo DiCaprio, whoever you want to say it looks more like. But here's the finished result. And as you know, from looking at Leo, his hair is, he does kind of wear it over, but it's not such a definite part. It's just kind of, brushed back where it's coming over in this direction. But, this does require, it looks easy, but it does require a good amount of work and a good amount of really tapering it. And you can use the comb to really get this down. Also a good amount of product too. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon for another tutorial with the Salon Guy.